Welcome to a brand new episode. My name is Jack. I'm the Hood Sommelier, and today we want to talk about 5 bottles I didn't think I would like. So, when you usually going around and trying whiskey, most craft whiskey are kind of suspect, right? You don't really know if you really want it. Are they gonna be good? Are they not? So we are going to start with number one, which is barrel. And I know barrel. When most people hear about barrel, you don't think a craft whiskey can be so good, but this one is a barrel pick from here in Nebraska that they actually have. They have a lot of program on barrel picks. They also have a few bottles that they have the 15-year barrel, the 20-year barrel, and whatnot. But Barrel actually does an excellent job on the barrel pick. They're all cast strength, and you can see cast strength is barrel strength. And I like to say on our channel, the truth is barrel proof. So if you never picked up barrel, I would suggest that you pick up barrel, probably a barrel pick or at least one that is 9 years or plus pick. But I'll be honest with you, barrel is one of those craft whiskey that you totally wanna try. At least grab one bottle. I know barrel is a little expensive than normal, but for craft whiskey, I believe they're doing a really good job on what they do. So on the nose with barrel, you get the kind of the MGP nose. Let me see. You get a lot of the rye and a little bit of the cinnamon, apple, but I can tell you right now, some sweetness, is really floral. You get a lot of floral notes. You get I get a little bit of lavender, a little bit of lilac. So it's one of those things where you really wanna give it really a chance. When you're trying something very barrel proof, you want to try to at least give a chance to barrel, because I believe they put a lot of thought in what the craft whiskey that they're putting out there. I'm telling you, this right here just have an amazing nose. For being a craft whiskey, I wouldn't have expected this thing from it. It's very unique. I can't even describe every single flavor. I get apple, I get cinnamon, I get a lot of floral and fruity on the nose. No burn, even though we are talking 122 proof. You really don't get any craziness. But honestly, barrel is one of those craft whiskeys that truly have changed my mind about craft whiskey. So if you want to try something new, give a chance to barrel. I love it. On number 2, we are going to go to Indiana. One of the craziest thing about Indiana is that everybody think about MGP, but this is an original Indiana bottle. So if you never heard of the Spirit of French Lick or never heard of the name Alan Bishop, you need to go look it up. Alan Bishop and the Spirit of French Lick Distillery in Indiana, in Benton, Indiana, are doing amazing thing. This is a 4-grain whiskey. It's a craft distillery whiskey, and this distillery is doing amazing things. I had a chance to talk to Alan Bishop and ask him what is it about his whiskey that make it special, and he said, I respect the grain. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter how much I've had alcohol during the day or during the week, I always come back to this bottle. This is the Lee Sinclair bottle. It's a 4-grain. We are talking oat, malt. We are talking, oat, malt, corn, and wheat distillery. And I'm telling you, Alan Bishop is what I call a crazy genius. He came up with a perfect blend of 4 oat, 4-grain that he blended together and made this amazing juice. And I'm telling you, the Spirit of French Lake have been, nice enough to send me a lot of bottles that I've tried. And I can tell you, these people truly, Alan Bishop himself is very, 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 very a private person, a very forward thinking person. And I don't think I've found a 4-grain yet in my collection that match the Spirit of French Lake Lee Sinclair 4-grain. On the nose, literally on the nose, you get graham crackers. Like, I don't know what he did to this, but I'm getting graham crackers. I grew up in Africa where we had Quaker oats. And Quaker oats for breakfast with milk is all this bottle remind me of. So if you live in Indiana, you can go to the Spirit of French Lake. But if you're not in Indiana, you can go on Seal Batch, Seal Batch, and find a bottle of this. I'm telling you, the Lee Sinclair 4-grain. It's just graham cracker. You get oats. You get just that little bit of almost that bread, like fresh baked bread. That's how you feel when you have a drink of Lee Sinclair. And I never thought a day in my life I'll be praising craft distillery or something that was produced from a small distillery, but I truly fell in love with this 4-grain Lee Sinclair from Indiana, and I have multiple bottles of it, and I will tell you, go check it out. You are not gonna be disappointed. It's just graham cracker, oatmeal, literally a breakfast. It's just that smell that comes to you, and you're like, wow, how can somebody duplicate something that you grew up with? So trust me, you want to try this 4-grain here. Check it out. Probably the best of the best 4-grain whiskey that I've ever had in my life. Number 3 for me will be 4 Gates. 4 Gate is barrel proof. When you look at 4 Gates, they're a pretty new distillery. They're trying to come up with different expressions of the whiskey. But every time I see 4 Gate, I think authenticity. What makes them authentic is that they're barrel proof. They're trying to give you the best that they can out of the bottle. They are very honest. Their mash built, is a small batch that they always come up with. And I'm telling you right now, if you never had 4 Gate, I think it's a Kentucky release only. But if you can talk to, I believe I got this from Justin House of Bourbon. If you can talk to Justin House of Bourbon, you'll definitely get a bottle of this. And I'm telling you right now, this is a 9-year, 9 months. If you can see on the bottle, it's a 9-year, 9 months bottle. They really put in the work when it comes to putting really, emphasis on the work. It come, they're in Bardstown, Kentucky. And for being from Kentucky only, there is something that I truly believe in. They are, they're very honest, being a craft whiskey blended, in their oak, their charred oak. The nose just give you, you get that MGP or, that source smell, but it's 120 proof. It's barrel proof, so they're giving you the honest opinion that you can get out of this barrel, and I'm telling you, it's just amazing tasting. So for being craft, they're doing an amazing job on bringing you authenticity when it comes to bourbon. Sweet caramel, rye, and you get a little bit of licorice in the back. No hog at all, no hog, but you can still feel the ryeness. There's a lot of rye in this bottle. 4 Gauge, if you never heard of them, make sure you grab a bottle, because these are the distillery that in the future that'll become a serious distillery or a serious bottle that you can never put your hands on. So you can thank me later. Number 4, Pinhook. I love Pinhook for the simple reason that it's kind of straightforward. It is barrel proof as well. I believe this one is 58.1, so that's 116.2 barrel proof. Is very rye forward, so it's never been, you know, something that I will come after as a bottle. But every time I've tasted Pinhook, it's given me a lot of flavor, a lot of complexity. So I have faith that Pinhook is gonna become one of those brands that you need to have, because before it becomes a little too expensive for you to grab. On the nose, you get oily. Yeah, a lot of rye. So Pinhook it's mainly rye based. I don't know who came up with the secret of it, but I feel like people that love rye will love Pinhook, because I promise you, they have potential. You get a little bit of that rye spice, graham cracker, some apple jack. Yeah, I get some apple jack. So it's a lot of things that comes into this Pinhook. It's very floral. Like you get a little bit of lavender and some, you know, some spiced rice, some baking spice, lavender, and just a little bit of fruit. But it's 100% lavender. You know, I believe as they keep going, they'll definitely give Thomas Handy from Buffalo Trace a little, you know, a run for their money. Number 5, Duke. I'll tell you right now, Duke is quite interesting as a bottle. Before you look at Duke as a bottle, when I saw it, Duke has a lot of things, interesting things on their, you know, on their Instagram. You know, Duke have a lot of things about John Wayne, right? They don't mess around or whatnot. But the first time I have Duke, I had a really interesting experience. Duke is one of those bottles that is very interesting, being a crafted whiskey, to actually go through. You know, they base everything on John Wayne. But honestly, when I've actually tried Duke, I feel like somebody very smart did the blending for Duke. Now this Duke is reserve. It was actually a blended bourbon that was aged in a Grand Cru French oak. Duke bourbon is very interesting because I have 3 of their expressions, and Duke Spirit itself, being a crafted American bourbon, they base most of their things on John Wayne, right? Like, we don't take no shit from nobody. This is John Wayne, and a lot of their expressions are very interesting. But I can tell you right now that Duke actually have something so interesting, because whomever blended this Duke really put some effort into what they're blending, right? There's a lot of effort that went into it. This is the reserve, the Founder Reserve bottle. I really like this bottle because Every time I've tasted it, I've never been disappointed. I've never been disappointed. When you taste Duke, you get cocoa, dark chocolate, and rye. Very straightforward. You get cocoa, you get dark chocolate, and just no burn. No, you literally get nothing. So if you're somebody who's really into chocolate, I guarantee you that Duke is definitely the bottle for you. You would love how the cocoa hits you. So these, ladies and gentlemen, are the 5 bottles that truly impressed me so far as a craft distillery in 2015. You have Duke, you have Pinhook, we have 4 Gates, we have the Spirit of French Lake, and last but not least, we have Barrels. So if you don't trust new and craft whiskey, I can tell you right now that if you actually try these bottles, there'll be at least one that you can actually give a chance to. They have enough flavor, they have enough profile to keep you interested. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you coming to my channel. Make sure you check my IG and my website. Peace. Thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. For more information and more reviews like this, please check out the links below. Subscribe to my channel, and please check out my IG for more daily contents and way to make cocktails. And if you want to wear awesome gears like this, check out my website on the description below.